Chapter 1. The Night Everything Broke. My followers love honest couples, Olivia said with a bright smile. Let's go live tonight. I laughed. Another relationship challenge? Something like that, she replied. Trust me.
I trusted her.
I always did. My name is Ethan Carter. I am 29 years old, and I built my software company from nothing. I spent years working late nights, risking everything for my dream. Through every success and failure, Olivia Brooks stood beside me. For 4 years, I believed she was the woman I would marry. That evening, she set up her phone. We're live, she whispered. I smiled at the camera. Hi, everyone. Thousands of viewers joined within seconds. Olivia looked at me, then at the camera. I've stayed quiet for too long, she said. Tonight, everyone deserves the truth. I frowned. What truth? She took a deep breath. Ethan stole money from his investors. I stared at her. What? He also cheated on me, she continued. Everything you see online is fake. My heart stopped. Olivia, what are you talking about? Don't interrupt me. I have to interrupt you because you're lying. The comments exploded. He's guilty. I knew he looked suspicious. Expose him. I reached for the phone. Please stop this. She pulled it away. See? She said to the viewers. He's trying to silence me. No, I'm trying to understand why you're saying this. She folded her arms. Tell everyone where the missing money went. I didn't steal anything. Then prove it. I will, but not like this. She laughed. You can't prove something that never happened. I felt my hands shaking. Olivia, we've been together for 4 years, and I regret every minute. Those words hurt more than any accusation. The comments became even worse. Arrest him. She's so brave. Justice for Olivia. I looked at the screen and froze. A familiar name appeared. Ryan Foster. Olivia is telling the truth. I couldn't stay silent anymore. ***. Ryan, my best friend? I read his comment again. It was real. I grabbed my phone and called him. No answer. I called again. Nothing. I looked at Olivia. Ryan is lying too? He finally found the courage to be honest. He knows I'm innocent. He knows who you really are. I felt like the room was spinning. Everything I believed was falling apart. Why are you doing this? I asked quietly. She didn't answer me. Instead, she smiled at the camera. This is what happens when someone thinks they can fool everyone forever. I took one step back, then another. I wanted to scream. I wanted to defend myself. But every time I opened my mouth, the comments buried my words before anyone could hear them. My phone began ringing. One call, then another, then 10 more. Messages poured in. Is it true? What have you done? We're canceling tomorrow's meeting. Couldn't breathe. I looked at Olivia one last time. I loved you, I said. She didn't even blink. The live stream is over for you, she replied. I nodded slowly. No, I whispered. It's only the beginning. I turned around and walked toward the door. Behind me, I could still hear her talking to millions of people who believed every word she said. I didn't look back. As I stepped outside into the cold night, my phone kept vibrating with new messages, canceled contracts, and endless hate. In just a few minutes, the life I had spent years building was beginning to collapse before my eyes. Before the next sunrise, my life no longer belonged to me. My phone rang every few seconds. I finally answered one call. Ethan, a familiar voice said. Our meeting is canceled. Mr. Reynolds, at least let me explain. I can't. My partners already watched the live stream. You know me. I thought I did. The call ended. Another one came immediately. We're terminating our contract. You haven't even heard my side. It doesn't matter anymore. Click. I closed my eyes. One live stream had destroyed years of hard work. I opened social media. My face was everywhere. Fraud, liar, fake entrepreneur. People who had never met me were judging my entire life. I threw my phone onto the couch. A knock came at my door. When I opened it, My younger sister smiled gently. Ethan. Emma. She stepped inside without asking. You haven't slept, have you? I shook my head. She hugged me tightly. I don't believe a single word they said. I almost broke down. You really believe me? I don't need the internet to tell me who my brother is. I looked away. Everyone else believes Olivia. I'm not everyone else. She walked into the kitchen. You need food. I'm not hungry. I wasn't asking. A few minutes later, she placed a cup of coffee in front of me. Drink. I forced a small smile. You're stubborn. I learned from you. For the first time since the live stream, I laughed. Only for a second. Then my phone rang again. It was my lawyer. I answered. Daniel. Ethan. Where are you? At home. Stay there. I'm coming. An hour later, Daniel Hayes walked into my apartment carrying a thick folder. He looked serious. This is bad. I figured that out. No, you don't understand. Then tell me. Public opinion is already destroying your company before any investigation has even started. I didn't steal anything. I know. Then why is everyone acting like I'm guilty? Because people judge headlines before facts. I sat down. What do? We fight with evidence, not emotions. I want to confront Olivia. No. I want answers. And she'll use your anger against you. I covered my face with my hands. I don't even know why she did this. Daniel remained silent for a moment. Did anything feel strange before the live stream? I thought carefully. I don't know. Think harder. After he left, I opened the recording again. I watched every second. At first, I only felt pain. Then I noticed something. Olivia wasn't speaking naturally. Every few seconds, her eyes moved to the left, almost as if she was reading something. I replayed it, again and again. There. I paused the video. What are you looking at? Emma asked. Her eyes. What about them? She's reading. Emma leaned closer. You're right. I kept watching. Then something else caught my attention. Ryan's comment appeared almost instantly. Too instantly. It was long, detailed, perfectly written. No one could type that fast. Unless it was ready before the live stream started. Emma looked at me. You think Ryan already knew? I think he knew everything. A cold feeling spread through my chest. Ryan had been my closest friend for years. He celebrated my victories. He stood beside me through every difficult moment. Now he was helping destroy me. This wasn't spontaneous, I whispered. Emma nodded. It feels planned. I grabbed a notebook. If they planned this, they made mistakes, Emma finished. I opened my laptop. I'm collecting everything. Everything. Every message. Every email. Every financial record. Every photo. Every recording. Emma sat beside me. I'll help. For hours we searched through old conversations. I downloaded bank statements. I backed up emails. I copied security logs. Nothing felt too small anymore. Every tiny detail could matter. Every missing piece could reveal the truth. As midnight approached, I leaned back in my chair. I still don't know why. You will, Emma said. I hope so. She looked at me with quiet confidence. The truth doesn't disappear just because people stop believing it. I looked at the growing folder on my computer. Maybe she was right. Somewhere beneath every lie Olivia had told, the truth was still waiting for me to find it. Chapter 3: The First Crack in Their Story. The next morning, Daniel called me. Ethan, are you awake? I barely slept. Good. Get dressed. I want you to meet someone. Who? Someone who might change everything. Within an hour, I was sitting inside Daniel's office. A woman walked in carrying several files. She looked calm and confident. Daniel stood. Ethan, this is Detective Sarah Mitchell. I shook her hand. Nice to meet you. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances, she replied. We sat down. Sarah opened the first file. I've been investigating financial crimes connected to one of your former business partners. I frowned. What does that have to do with me? More than you think. She pushed a document toward me. I checked every account connected to your company. I looked at the papers. What did you find? She met my eyes. I found nothing. I don't understand. None of the missing money ever entered your accounts. I stared at her. What? You heard me. Then why am I being blamed? Because someone created fake evidence. I leaned back in disbelief. So, I've been framed. That's exactly what I believe. For the first time in days, I felt a small spark of hope. Daniel smiled. I told you we needed facts. Sarah continued. We're not finished. She opened another folder. I need you to review your office security footage. My office? Yes. She connected a laptop. The video began playing. Everything looked normal. Employees entered. Employees left. Hours passed. Then Sarah paused the recording. Look carefully. I leaned closer. The hallway was almost empty. A man walked toward my office. He wore a baseball cap. I narrowed my eyes. No! Sarah pressed play. The man unlocked my office door. My heart pounded. He stepped inside. When he finally looked toward the camera, I froze. Ryan. My voice barely came out. It can't be. Daniel remained silent. Ryan stayed inside my office for nearly 20 minutes. Then he walked out carrying nothing. I rubbed my forehead. I never gave him permission to be there. Sarah nodded. And it happened 3 weeks before Olivia's live stream. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. My best friend. Emma suddenly entered the office carrying her laptop. I found something. We all turned toward her. What is it? I asked. I recovered deleted messages from your old cloud backup. You recovered them? They weren't completely erased. She opened a folder. I think you should read these. The first message appeared on the screen. Ryan. I'll meet you after Ethan leaves the office. Another message. Olivia, he still trusts us. Another. Ryan. That's why this will work. I felt sick. Emma kept scrolling. The messages continued for months. Secret dinners. Private meetings. Plans I knew nothing about. Every conversation felt like another knife in my chest. I looked away. I loved her. Nobody answered. I trusted him. The room stayed silent. I took a deep breath. I kept asking myself what I did wrong. Sarah spoke softly. You didn't cause this. They planned it for months. That's what the evidence suggests. I looked at the screen again. Every message destroyed another memory. Every smile Olivia had given me suddenly felt fake. Every handshake from Ryan felt meaningless. Daniel broke the silence. Ethan. Yeah. What do you want now? I thought about it. A few days ago, I wanted revenge. I wanted Olivia to suffer. I wanted Ryan to lose everything. But now, I don't want revenge. Daniel raised an eyebrow. You don't. I shook my head. I'm hurt. I looked at the files spread across the table. I just want the truth. Sarah smiled slightly. That's the right answer. My future depends on proving my innocence. And we'll help you do exactly that. She gathered the documents into one stack. We're building a strong case. Is it enough? Not yet. My heart sank again. She looked directly at me. But we're getting close. How close? She slid the security footage and recovered messages into the evidence file. If everything continues to match, she closed the folder. We may finally have enough evidence to expose the real criminals. For the first time since my world fell apart, I believe the nightmare might actually have an ending. Chapter 4: The People I Never Really Knew. The next afternoon, Daniel called me again. Come to Sarah's office. Did you find something? We found several things. When I arrived, Sarah was already waiting. She pointed toward a chair. Sit down, Ethan. I sat without saying a word. She opened another file. I wish this part were easier. What is it? It's about Ryan. My chest tightened. What about him? Sarah slid several bank records across the table. He has been gambling for almost 2 years. I looked at the statements. Huge withdrawals. Online casinos. Private betting accounts. This can't be real. I'm afraid it is. He never told me. He couldn't. His debts kept growing. How bad? Sarah answered quietly. Over $300,000. Covered my face. He always said he was doing fine.
Daniel sighed.
He was desperate. I looked up. So he sold our friendship? He sold his loyalty. The words hit harder than I expected. Sarah opened another folder. This one is about Olivia. I forced myself to keep listening. What now? Her income changed dramatically over the last year. Because of social media? Partly. Sarah handed me printed emails. She became obsessed with fame, sponsorships, and online popularity. I recognized Olivia's email address immediately. One message read, "I need something bigger. Ordinary relationship content isn't enough anymore." Asterisk asterisk. Another message followed. A scandal would change everything. My hands started shaking. I don't recognize her anymore. Daniel looked at me. Success changes some people. No. I slowly shook my head. Greed changes them. Sarah nodded. There's someone else you need to know. She placed a photograph on the table. A man in an expensive suit stood outside a luxury hotel. Who is he? Victor Langford. I've never met him. He knows you. How? He wants your company. I frowned. My company isn't for sale. It will be if your reputation collapses. Silence filled the room. Sarah continued. Victor planned to buy your business for almost nothing. I stared at the photograph. And Olivia helped him? Yes. And Ryan? Also yes. Why? Sarah answered without hesitation. Victor promised them money. Everything suddenly made sense. The live stream, the fake evidence, Ryan's betrayal, Olivia's performance. It had never been about love. It had never been about honesty. It had always been business. Daniel leaned toward me. I know what you're thinking. I want answers. You want confrontation. Yes. No. I looked at him. They still believe their plan is working. So, that's our advantage. You want me to stay quiet? For now. I hate this. I know. But if you confront them today, they'll destroy evidence tomorrow. I took a long breath. Fine. Sarah smiled slightly. Good choice. The office door opened. Another woman walked inside carrying a laptop. She looked directly at me. So you're Ethan. I am. I'm Grace Turner. She offered her hand. I'm helping Sarah analyze the financial evidence. I shook her hand. Thank you. She shrugged. Don't thank me yet. I blinked. What do you mean? She crossed her arms. I've read your file. And you spend too much time asking why this happened. Wouldn't you? No. Her answer surprised me. I spend my time asking how to win. I stayed quiet. She continued. You keep talking like a victim. I lost everything. Not everything. My reputation is gone. Temporarily. My company is falling apart. Not permanently. My girlfriend betrayed me. Then stop chasing someone who already walked away. Her words stung. But they also woke something inside me. She looked straight into my eyes. What matters now? I answered after a long pause. The truth. And after that? My future. She nodded. Good. She opened her laptop. Then think strategically. What does that mean? It means every decision should bring you closer to winning. No emotional mistakes? Exactly. Daniel smiled. I like her already. Grace laughed softly. You don't need sympathy, Ethan. What do I need? A plan. For the first time since Olivia destroyed my life, I stopped thinking about everything I had lost. Instead, I started thinking about everything I could still save. And for the first time since the betrayal, I truly believed I could survive this nightmare. Chapter 5. Building the Truth in Silence. 3 days after meeting Grace, I made the hardest decision of my life. I deleted every social media app from my phone. Emma looked surprised. You're really leaving? I have to. People will think you gave up. I nodded. Let them. Daniel smiled. That's exactly what we want. I looked at him. You think silence will help? Right now, yes. Grace closed her laptop. The louder they become, the calmer you should become. I took a deep breath. Then I'm done arguing online. For the first time since the livestream, my phone became quiet. The insults continued. The rumors spread. But I stopped reading them. Instead, every morning I drove to Sarah's office. Every afternoon we studied evidence. Every evening we searched for another missing piece. Sarah placed several folders across the conference table. Let's start with the bank transfers. I opened the first file. There are dozens. Grace nodded. And everyone tells part of the story. She highlighted several transactions. Look here. I leaned closer. Money had moved through several companies before disappearing into accounts connected to Victor Langford. So Victor never touched the money directly. Exactly, Grace replied. He used shell companies. Daniel pointed at another document. And Ryan received payments from one of those companies. I stared at the number. He sold me for this? Sarah answered quietly. He sold himself long before he sold you. Nobody spoke for several seconds. Emma broke the silence. I recovered more deleted messages. She connected her laptop. New conversations appeared. Ryan wrote, Victor says everything is ready. Olivia answered, after the live stream, Ethan won't know what happened. Another message appeared. We'll become rich before he understands anything. I looked away. I still can't believe she wrote that. Grace spoke calmly. Believe the evidence. I loved her. I know.
I trusted her.
I know. But don't confuse memories with facts. I nodded slowly. She was right. Every document showed the truth more clearly than my emotions ever could. Day after day, we kept working. We compared contracts. We matched signatures. We organized security footage. Every piece fit another piece. The picture became clearer. Victor planned everything. Ryan followed him. Olivia helped them. One afternoon, I accidentally opened a news article. Olivia smiled from the front page. The headline read, The Brave Woman Who Exposed Corporate Lies. Thousands of comments praised her. She's a hero. Women like her inspire us. She risked everything for the truth. My hands clenched into fists. I whispered, Truth. Emma looked at me. Close it. I can't. You have to. I kept reading. Every compliment felt like another insult. Grace quietly walked over. Still reading. They're celebrating her. I know. They're calling her courageous. I know. They're calling me a criminal. Grace gently closed my laptop. Listen to me. I looked at her. What? If you fight emotions with emotions, you lose. So what do I fight with? Facts. What if facts come too late? They don't. They already destroyed my life. She shook her head. They damaged your reputation. Isn't that the same thing? No. She looked directly into my eyes. A lie can become popular. I stayed silent. But popularity never turns a lie into the truth. Her words stayed with me. That night I couldn't sleep. I imagined standing beside Olivia during another live stream. I imagined interrupting her. I imagined exposing every lie in front of millions of people. I even imagined watching her cry the way I had cried. The thought frightened me. Had I become just like the people who betrayed me? The next morning I admitted everything to Grace. I wanted revenge. She nodded. That's normal. I imagined humiliating her. And then, I hated myself for thinking that. Grace smiled slightly. Good. Good. It means anger hasn't replaced your character. I looked down. I don't want revenge anymore. What do you want? I want the truth. She pointed toward the growing mountain of files. Then keep working. So I did. Another week passed. Another folder filled with evidence. Another hidden payment appeared. Another deleted message returned. Another contract connected Victor to Ryan. Another recording placed Olivia exactly where she claimed she had never been. Every day brought another answer. Every answer weakened their lies. Every lie strengthened my case. People still celebrated Olivia online. People still hated me, but something had changed inside me. I no longer needed strangers to believe me. I only needed enough evidence to prove the truth. As I looked across the conference table at Daniel, Sarah, Grace, Emma, and the mountain of evidence we had gathered together, I realized patience was becoming my greatest weapon. Sooner or later, deception would run out of places to hide. And when that day finally arrived, the truth would speak for itself. Chapter 6, the second live stream. 2 weeks later, Emma rushed into the conference room holding her phone. "Ethan, look." I took the phone from her. Olivia's smiling face filled the screen. She had posted a new announcement. "Tonight I will reveal even more proof against Ethan Carter. Don't miss the truth. Asterisk asterisk." I looked at Daniel. "So, this is it." He nodded. "Yes." Sarah checked the time. "We're ready." Grace closed another file. "We've been waiting for this moment." I swallowed hard. "What if something goes wrong?" Daniel smiled. "Trust the evidence." That evening, we gathered inside Daniel's office. Several monitors covered one wall. The live stream countdown appeared. 10, 9, 8. Nobody spoke. 3, 2, 1. The broadcast began. Olivia smiled confidently. "Hello, everyone." The viewer count climbed rapidly. Hundreds of thousands. Then millions. She looked directly into the camera. "Months ago, I exposed my dishonest ex-boyfriend." The comments exploded with support. "Finish him. Expose everything. We're with you." I stayed silent. Grace looked at me. "Don't react." "I'm trying." Olivia continued speaking. "Tonight I'll show even more proof." She lifted a printed document. "This bank statement proves Ethan stole investor money." Daniel quietly looked at Sarah. "Now?" Sarah checked her phone. "Not yet." Olivia continued. "I also have messages proving he threatened me." The comments believed every word. I felt my heartbeat growing faster. Daniel gently touched my shoulder. "Wait." I nodded. Another minute passed. Olivia smiled proudly. I knew he wouldn't dare defend himself. My hands tightened. Grace whispered, "Patience." Suddenly Sarah's phone vibrated. She answered immediately. "Yes." A short pause followed. "I understand." She looked at Daniel. "We have the legal order." Daniel smiled. "Go." Everything changed. Grace immediately opened her laptop. "I'm uploading the authenticated financial records." Emma connected another computer. "I'm releasing the untouched security footage." Daniel organized several documents. "I'll publish the certified forensic report." I watched the screens. Links appeared online one after another. Verified evidence. Official documents. Court-authorized releases. Everything we had prepared. Olivia kept talking. "He disappeared because guilty people always hide." Grace refreshed the livestream comments. People had noticed the new evidence. "Wait. What's this?" "Those financial records are verified. Someone checked these documents." Olivia hesitated. "Ignore fake reports." Daniel quietly pressed another button. The forensic report became public. Experts confirmed every screenshot Olivia had shown months earlier had been digitally manipulated. Emma smiled. "They're reading it." The comments changed again. "Hold on. The screenshots were edited? This report is certified." Olivia frowned. "They're trying to confuse everyone." I watched her confidence begin to fade. Sarah quietly spoke. "Keep watching." Ryan suddenly appeared beside Olivia on the livestream. He looked nervous. She whispered something to him. He whispered back. Neither realized their microphones were still working. "What are we supposed to do now?" Ryan asked. Olivia forced a smile. "Stay calm. The evidence is everywhere. We'll deny it." Ryan looked terrified. "I told you this could happen." The viewers heard every word. The comments exploded again. Did he just admit something? Why are they panicking? Watch the security video. Emma opened another recording. The untouched office footage appeared online. Ryan entered my office after hours. The date matched perfectly. The timestamp matched perfectly. The comments turned against them. He lied. Ryan broke into Ethan's office. This changes everything. Olivia quickly interrupted. None of that matters. Grace laughed quietly. It matters. Daniel uploaded another document. Signed contracts connected Victor Langford to secret shell companies. Money flowed from those companies into accounts linked to Ryan. Sarah folded her arms. Now they can't escape the financial trail. Ryan stared at Olivia. You said nobody would find that. She whispered sharply. Stop talking. I trusted Victor. Be quiet. I don't want prison. Millions of viewers heard him. Olivia's face turned pale. She looked into the camera. They're twisting everything. Another verified report appeared. Another document. Another bank transfer. Another recovered message. Every new lie she told was answered within seconds. The comments no longer defended her. Instead, they questioned every sentence. Can someone explain the contracts? Why did Ryan receive those payments? She's avoiding the evidence. Something isn't right. Olivia tried changing the subject. I suffered because of Ethan. Daniel quietly shook his head. Not anymore. Grace uploaded the recovered cloud messages. Ryan's conversations with Olivia became public. Victor's instructions appeared beside them. Every message fit perfectly with the financial records. Every date matched the security footage. Every piece completed another part of the puzzle. I watched Olivia's smile disappear. For the first time since the night she destroyed my life, she looked frightened. She searched the scrolling comments, hoping someone still believed her. Instead, millions of people were asking the same question. If Ethan was innocent, then who was really lying? I looked at Daniel. He smiled. The truth just walked into the room. For the first time in months, I said nothing. I simply watched the evidence speak louder than any accusation ever could. Chapter 7: The broadcast ends in silence. The live stream continued, but everything had changed. Only minutes earlier, Olivia had been smiling with complete confidence. Now she looked terrified. I stood beside Daniel, Sarah, Grace, and Emma, watching every second unfold on the large monitor. Nobody spoke. We simply watched the truth do its work. Ryan kept glancing at his phone. His hands shook. Olivia whispered, "Stay calm." "I can't," Ryan answered. "You have to. They know too much." She forced another smile toward the camera. "Everyone, please ignore the fake evidence. This is just another attempt to silence me." The comments immediately pushed back. Answer the documents. Why were the screenshots edited? Explain the bank transfers. Why did Ryan enter Ethan's office? Olivia ignored every question. Instead, she raised her voice. Ethan is manipulating all of this. I quietly shook my head. Daniel smiled. She has nothing left. Ryan suddenly stepped closer to the camera. This wasn't supposed to happen. Olivia looked at him in panic. Ryan, you said Victor removed every record. Stop talking. You promised nobody could trace the shell companies. The room around me became completely silent. Grace whispered, "He just admitted everything." Ryan covered his mouth. Realization filled his eyes. Olivia grabbed his arm. "Be quiet." But it was too late. Millions of people had already heard him. The comments moved faster than anyone could read. He confessed. They planned everything. This is unbelievable. Olivia tried ending the live stream. Before she could, her phone started ringing. Victor. His name appeared clearly on the screen. Olivia froze. "Don't answer," Ryan whispered. She hesitated. Then she accepted the call by mistake. Victor's angry voice filled the live stream. "What are you doing?" Olivia's face turned white. "You said the evidence was gone. I told you to destroy everything. They know about the accounts." "Hang up," Ryan shouted. Olivia finally disconnected the call. She looked back at the camera. Nobody believed her anymore. Emma quietly refreshed the page. "They're leaving." The viewer count dropped. Thousands disappeared. Then tens of thousands. Then hundreds of thousands. Subscribers vanished every second. People who had once praised Olivia now filled the comments with questions. You lied. You framed him. Apologize. Justice for Ethan. I didn't smile. I didn't celebrate. I simply watched. Sarah's phone rang. She answered. Yes. A short pause followed. We're ready. She looked toward me. It's time. Several officers entered the building where we were watching. Sarah nodded to them. We have the warrants. I looked at Daniel. So it's over? Almost. The live stream still continued. A loud knock echoed through Olivia's room. She looked toward the door. Ryan stepped backward. Another knock. Then another. Someone opened the door. Law enforcement officers entered. One officer spoke calmly. Olivia Brooks? She nodded without speaking. We have a warrant connected to an ongoing financial fraud investigation. Ryan closed his eyes. Another officer looked at him. Ryan Foster? He slowly nodded. You'll need to come with us. Neither of them resisted. Olivia looked back at the camera. Tears filled her eyes. For several seconds she couldn't speak. Finally she whispered, I. No words followed. Only silence. The comments kept moving. Too late. We believed you. You ruined an innocent man. Olivia lowered her head. The confident influencer who had destroyed my reputation only weeks earlier was gone. In her place stood someone completely broken. The live stream suddenly ended. The screen turned black. Nobody in our room celebrated. Nobody cheered. Grace quietly closed her laptop. Daniel gathered the files. Emma looked at me. You did it. I slowly shook my head. No. The truth did. Sarah smiled. That's why evidence matters. I sat down. For months I had imagined this moment. I thought victory would feel incredible. I thought watching Olivia lose everything would heal the pain she had caused. Instead, I only felt tired. Very tired. Grace sat beside me. What are you thinking? I answered honestly. I don't hate her anymore. You don't. No. I just feel empty. She nodded with understanding. That's normal. I kept believing revenge would fix me. And it didn't. Daniel placed one hand on my shoulder. What healed you? I looked at the black screen where Olivia's live stream had ended forever. The truth. Emma smiled through tears. You have your life back. I looked at my family, my friends, and the people who had refused to abandon me. For months I had been fighting to destroy the lies. Now the fight was finally over. I stood up slowly. Let's go home. Nobody argued. As we walked out together, I realized something I would never forget. Revenge could satisfy anger for a moment, but only the truth could give me my life back. Chapter 8: What Real Victory Looks Like. 6 months passed before I finally felt like I could breathe again. The courtroom looked nothing like the place I had imagined during my darkest nights. It was quiet, calm, real. I sat beside Daniel while Victor Langford faced the judge. He looked nothing like the confident businessman who had believed he could destroy my life. Daniel leaned toward me. How are you feeling? I answered honestly. Peaceful. Not angry. No. Victor looked across the courtroom for a brief moment. Our eyes met. Then he looked away. The evidence spoke far louder than either of us ever could. The judge announced another hearing date before ending the session. As everyone stood, Sarah smiled at me. It's almost over. It already feels over. She nodded. You survived. Outside the courthouse, Ryan waited near the entrance. He looked thinner, older, tired. When he saw me, he slowly walked closer. Ethan. I stopped. I know I don't deserve your time. I stayed silent. He lowered his head. I told the investigators everything. I heard. I gave them every document I still had. I know. I admitted what I did. His voice shook. I was drowning in debt. I know. I thought Victor would save me. He used you. Ryan nodded. I realized that too late. Several seconds passed. I'm sorry. I looked at him carefully. I believe you're sorry. His eyes filled with tears. But trust doesn't come back because of one apology. I understand. I hope you become a better man. He quietly nodded. I'll spend the rest of my life trying. We walked in opposite directions. For the first time, I didn't feel hatred, only closure. A week later, another notification appeared on my phone. Olivia had posted a public video. Emma looked at me. Do you want to watch it? I thought for a moment. Yes. We pressed play. Olivia looked directly into the camera. She wasn't wearing expensive clothes. She wasn't smiling. She simply looked tired. She took a deep breath. I owe everyone the truth. I listened quietly. My greed blinded me. She paused. My pride blinded me. Another pause. My desire for online fame destroyed the person I used to be. She wiped away tears. I accused Ethan of crimes he never committed. My chest felt heavy. I believed success mattered more than honesty. She looked down. I was wrong. She ended the video by saying, I'm sorry. The screen went dark. Emma looked at me. What now? I locked my phone. Nothing. Nothing. Justice already happened. You won't respond? No. Why? Because I don't need another battle. Daniel called later that afternoon. I saw Olivia's apology. So did I. People are waiting for your response. They won't get one. He laughed softly. I expected that. My silence isn't weakness anymore. No, it's peace. Business slowly returned over the following months. The first client called. We made a mistake. I appreciate your honesty. We'd like to work together again. I smiled. I'd like that too. Then another client returned. Then another. Employees who had stayed loyal welcomed me back with smiles instead of questions. One afternoon, I stood in my office looking around. Emma walked inside. You're smiling. I missed this place. They missed you too. I looked through the glass walls at the people working together. They believed in me. The right people always did. Grace knocked on the open door. Busy. Never for you. She laughed. I finished reviewing next quarter's reports. You still work too hard. So do you. We sat across from each other. She smiled. You've changed. I hope that's true. It is. How? You stopped trying to prove yourself to strangers. I thought about her words. She was right. Months earlier, I had needed everyone to believe me. Now I only needed to live honestly. Grace became one of my closest friends because she never judged me by rumors. She judged me by facts. That changed everything. One evening, Emma and I sat on our mother's porch watching the sunset. She quietly asked, if you could change the past, would you? I thought carefully. I would erase the pain. But I wouldn't erase the lesson. She smiled. What lesson? I looked at my sister. Family is worth more than public approval. She laughed softly. I've been telling you that for years. You were right. I usually am. We both laughed. Felt good. Real laughter. Not forced. Not borrowed. Real. Months earlier, I believed my life had ended during one cruel livestream. Now I understood something completely different. My life hadn't ended. It had simply forced me to discover who truly belonged in it. As I looked back on everything that had happened, I realized my greatest victory was never exposing Olivia. My greatest victory was refusing to become as dishonest as the people who betrayed me. I could have answered lies with lies. I could have chosen revenge over truth. I could have destroyed myself trying to destroy them. Instead, I chose patience. I chose evidence. I chose honesty. If you're reading my story today, I hope you remember one thing. Never allow public opinion to decide your value. Crowds can be wrong. Headlines can lie. Rumors can spread around the world in minutes. But truth has something lies never possess. Time. Sooner or later, truth catches every lie. It may arrive quietly. It may arrive slowly. But it always arrives. And when it does, you won't need to shout. The truth will speak for you. That was the real victory I found. Not revenge. Not fame. Not applause. Just the quiet peace of knowing I never stopped being myself, even when the entire world believed I was someone else. That peace was worth more than everything I almost lost. And that is where my story truly ends.